your team was able to kind of hold those back.
Yep. No, I mean, obviously we talked going into the series about discipline, and yesterday I thought it changed the game. There was a hit in the second period that we maybe felt like was going to be a major, and it turned out not to be a penalty. And then 2 minutes later, we get the 5-minute major. And if that was just one penalty, then they just get one, and then they don't. It's not two. So if they just would have got one, and now it's 2-1, it probably changed it. And tonight, it was hard whistle to whistle, but we always talk about it. You got to play on the edge, not over the edge. And tonight we were on the edge.
Was there anything besides discipline that you emphasized to your players from the game last night compared to tonight? Because hard loss last night, but we're able to turn around here in the Barrie and come out with a win.
I after the game, I kind of told them I thought that we played pretty good, especially in the third. I was really pleased with our push in the third. Didn't even to start the game today. I said, hey, we didn't get the result we wanted, but the performance was pretty good. So basically it was trying to stay to that script. It helps when you can play with the lead, play from the front. I thought being able to extend our lead all the time was really important. Getting it to 2 and then getting it to 3. You don't feel like there's that anxiety on, in the game, and then being at home. It's you have that lead on the road. Anytime there's a good shift by them, the building, But conversely for us, every time we had a good shift, we just kept building our momentum.
Yeah, how much of an impact does the crowd? Barrie's always pretty full, but obviously, during a game like this, it's a lot more packed, a lot more energy. How much impact do you feel like that has on your team?
It's a huge impact. The crowds this year have been incredible, and we've been good at home. Tonight I think it's just every time that we can put shift at, like the second period, we only gave up 4 shots in the second period, and the one goal they scored, we just hit an edge, just fell down. But it was the whole time the crowd, and we just kept having good shifts after good shift, and it was crowd noise. So it definitely is a real thing.
The fourth line tonight, what did you think of their performance? I mean, you look at what Funk did with the 2 points. Just overall, what did you think about what they were able to do?
I thought they were awesome. And when the season started, we were kind of hoping that we could get something similar to that out of them. And Van Unen's a senior, Perbix is a graduate student, and Funk's a junior, but he got hurt, so he's a redshirt sophomore. But that's a lot of experience, and their size there. I was able to play them against their best players, and they not just held on, but I thought they outplayed them at stretches during the game. So hopefully that's a good sign of things to come.
How crucial was that penalty kill right at the beginning of the third to prevent them from getting within one?
Well, I've never seen that call in the neutral zone in my life. So I think the reason I preface that is that heightens everybody. Like, what now? So like when that happens, sometimes you end up getting scored on because you're worried about something else and you're not worried about killing the penalty. But I thought it was huge. Like, it kind of set the tone for the third period. It was basically the third period was a whole lot of nothing, both ways. But we were, when you have the lead, you're fine with that. But that kill, getting through that would have ignited their offense had they scored on that.
And then, Coach, I think Benny tonight, a great performance in some of those key moments. I mean, when Tech has the power play and you're able to kind of escape without them putting one in the net.
And I think he's been good lately. Last night I know he was disappointed, but I don't really fault him in any of those last night. And the other thing is you're playing, and it's not Benny against Blake Pietila, but you're playing against the top goalie in college hockey, basically. So that guy's going to play up here, so you have to raise your level of expectation to give your team a chance. And I feel like in these games, in this series, he's done that, and he most certainly did tonight.
Last thing for me, Brandon, I mean, taking this long break now for almost a month, pretty much. What's your assessment of what you guys did through the first couple months of the season, and what do you need to accomplish over the next month or so
I think tonight was a huge win. You know, it was about as important as any game I've ever coached before Christmas. You know, where are we at? It's a great question because we can't get all of our guys healthy. You know, Tanner Latch has got the most goals per game in college hockey, and he's not playing. Mike Van Noonen, who plays the most minutes of any of our D, is not playing. We've had other guys out, so it's kind of been like trying to piece it together. I still believe in this team. You know, we've been a second half team every year. Why, I don't know. Why we can't be a first half team and a second half team. But it seems to, the second half of the year seems to, you know, things seem to come together a little bit better for us. The league is very tight, so we're within striking distance that way. I think a little more consistency probably would do us very well.